Today we're looking at a Thursday. There was no setup in the AM session, but two nice ones in the PM session, which you can see here. I didn't quite take the first one of those, the short scalp, but I took the long, which had also a better risk to reward ratio. So stay tuned and see how I took the trade and how the rest of the day went in the video. As always guys, I'm no financial expert and nothing here is any investment advice. Always do your own research before you trade. So let's start right away with our daily forecast and let's go into the observations so far. What happened so far this week? Let's look at it on the daily. The Monday kinda only consolidated here. Tuesday pushed higher as we saw. And now the last day, Wednesday, retraced into this low of the weekly fair value gap. And of today's day, the Thursday here, we have a little movement higher so far. I will show you more on that later, but basically that's what happened. And we have a little consolidation after the break of this high, which makes sense. It could be consolidating here and then of course either move higher up or retrace, and I will get to that later, what I think will happen here. Looking at what happened in the intraday perspective, since this yesterday 4 p.m. we had a little movement higher, respected this order block, and yeah, there's a retracement into this price leg, and now there is a little movement lower, taking some liquidity from this movement up here, so the Asia session. And yeah, that was basically the overnight price action. That brings me to which PD arrays I'm interested in. I am looking currently on the premium side at this order block we saw on the hourly, this order block, which is also a point of where I will make a decision if I think it will go higher or not. Then this 4-hour fair value gap, and at last this buy side liquidity up here. And on the discount side we have this sell side liquidity, this yesterday's low, well at least of the PM session, and then these daily fair value gaps, and then 1 hour fair value gap. News, there aren't really any, there only were some in the pre-session at, well, 7:30, 8 and something, so it's not of no interest. It also was only medium impact news. So what do I think it will reach for? Honestly, I am not 100% sure at this point, since we are in a little consolidation. I want to wait a little. It might retrace lower because people think it looks like we reached a high, we retraced a lot here, so why not, well, bait them only, take some liquidity and move higher. That's possible. Or, well, we might drop because there are some imbalances here, as you can see, which might be taken. So a drop might just be as realistic. So realistically, I need to wait. I need to wait for market structure shift, either below this energetic move lower, which shows we're going lower, or an energetic move higher above these this order block, and also, well, maybe through this fair value gap, which indicates we're going higher. So yeah, that's basically it. I have to wait and see what it gives me today, since there isn't much bias really I can work from, so it will be more like an intraday liquidity hunt. So let's get into the AM session and see what it gives me. So nothing to work off from in the morning session. The only really, well, erratic price movement was this wick here that happened at 11 AM, which is kind of weird, but okay. I'm not sure what happened here. There wasn't any news or anything, but well, it poked this upper part of the order block and took also this highs. This was a little more movement going up here, but nothing really clear why it would want to move higher so much. So no trade in this session, and I will jump to the PM session, and we can see it poke through this order block. Yeah, it could be seen as a move, as a very clear signal to go higher maybe now. There's some retracement going in the lunch hour, which makes sense. So this kind of makes my bias go bullish. And yeah, let's see if there's an entry. The movement slowed down a bit, but maybe it will gain some more speed here, and we can target maybe this high and this order block top. So that might be an opportunity. So for this entry, I will use the consequent encroachment of this 5-minute fair value gap over here. And entry will be just above the consequent encroachment to, well, actually catch it. Stop loss below it with some room, maybe yeah, below this low here. And target is this, partial of course above this highs here. And I will try to make this trade. Sorry for a little mishap here, I hit F5. So yeah, that should be a trade, and let's see how it works. So here I want to see upwards movement. Now we poked this, well, we touched the bottom part of this fair value gap. And one thing I overlooked earlier, I want to mention now, we have this, yeah, after taking these highs of the lunch hour, we have this market structure shift lower, which made sense. It went higher here a little during lunch, so why not, should take this liquidity. So this would have been a nice short scalp, actually, like this, kind of more or less. And maybe targeting the consequent encroachment to be reasonable. Nice 1 to 5 almost trade, targeting this even better, over 2 risk to reward. And however, on the higher time frame, the 5-minute, I still want to take the long here. So we just missed the trade, but I still think the movement will go higher from here. And yeah, let's see. Since we are in the last hour of trading, however, I kind of want to take off some risk. We are in this trade a little long here, so I will take off 25% in this fair value gap that sent us lower earlier, to take that off. And then next partial will be here when it pokes these two, and hopefully it will go up there. But I will take a lot off on these highs. And target hit, it went straight to it in the last hour of trading. Yeah, I really think I said it last time already, I observed it sometimes really wants to do that when there isn't much action in the PM session. It uses the last hour to reach the target. Only if the target was reached, like ICT teaches it, it will retrace. So nice trade here, almost 3.0. Well, almost, more or less, risk to reward. So great trade, gives me some nice profits here. And yeah, it's not quite over yet, so I will play through the last few minutes here so we can see what happens through them. But for me, trading is over on this day. But let's see what the last price action does here. So it went for the consequent encroachment again, like on Tuesday, and it didn't quite reach this buy side liquidity again. I let it run a little longer. You see it's almost 9 p.m. Just to see if it wants to reach this now. It might do, of course, so later in the Asia session, but we will see it on the next day. So far it retraced after doing that. And that's the price action. That's the trading for this Thursday, the 24th of March. Thank you for watching and see you next one. Bye.